What's up, DLA Dayton Leadership Academy? What up, though? Mr. Shaq Leadership Class. Here we go. The Eagle. If you want to soar like an eagle, you got to quit running with chicken heads. There's the Eagle. Dayton Leadership Academy. Okay. Now, I want to do some basic skills for you. Some of you are familiar with this, some of you are not. Take notes, and for each one, I want you to give me two things that you need to do. For each one is six principles, six covenants, and I want you to give me two out of each one. That's your extra credit and your work. Okay. Following instructions. Look at the person. Not like that. You don't look down. You don't look over there. You don't look there. You don't twiddle your hands. You look at the person. They call that the eye test. A person can look at you and see if you got confidence or not. That's called the eye test, right? That's important. Number two, you say okay. This is following instructions. Number three, you do what you've been asked right away. You don't procrastinate. You don't prolong. You do it right away. I have to do things right away because I do a lot of things. I hate to procrastinate. Number four, you check back. So I go back to that person because I'm following instructions and I make sure that I what? I looked at the person, I said okay, I do what I've been asked right away, and I check back. That's following instructions. Number two, accepting no for an answer. This is real critical. A lot of young men have to learn this when they're dealing with young girls. She says no. He thinks it means yes. When she laughed at me, she giggled, but she said no. 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 Okay. So accepting no for an answer. Number one, you look at the person. Eye to eye contact, the eye test. Number two, you say okay. Number three, you stay calm. Number four, if you disagree, you ask later. Right now, you got to first accept the no answer. So, what am I doing? I'm looking at the person. I'm saying okay. I'm staying calm. And if I disagree, I'm going to ask later. That's accepting no for an answer. And remember this, God gave you two ears to hear, two eyes to see, two nostrils to smell, and one mouth to talk. Listen and see and smell more than you talk. What do you mean smell? The aroma. You can walk in the room and smell the aroma. Is this aroma, does it produce life or death? Lifestyle or death style? The aroma that's in the room. I mean, there's a certain energy that comes with the aroma. That's why you got two nostrils to smell. So number three, moving expeditiously. That means quickly. You don't know a word that I say, you look it up. Talking with others. Again, what is it? What is it, alter ego? You look at the person. Eye test. You use a pleasant voice or an assertive voice. We'll talk about that later. You ask questions and you don't interrupt. So when you're talking with others, you look at the person, you use a pleasant voice or an assertive voice, not aggressive, not a passive voice. You ask questions and you don't interrupt. You have to listen. Quit talking. No, you didn't even hear what I asked. You busy. I'm trying to get even. We don't try to get even. We don't try to get over. We try to do the right thing. Okay, next, introducing yourself. This is critical. You know the first thing. What's the first thing, egos? First thing, you look at the person and smile. So when you're introducing yourself, you're looking at the person and you're smiling. You use a pleasant voice or assertive voice. You say, hi, my name is. You always got to say your name. You shake a person's hand. You don't squeeze it. You shake it firm while you're looking at that person. When you leave, you say it was nice to meet you. I promise y'all, if y'all follow these six cardinal rules, six covenants, you can get a job. So what are we doing? Introducing ourselves. We look at the person and we smile. Show your dimple. You smile. You use a pleasant voice. You say, hi, my name is Marlon Shackelford. You shake the person's hands, a firm shake. And when you leave, you say, it was nice to meet you. Employers love this. Investors love this. Thinkers love this. They love this type of communication. You have to master this. Next, accepting criticism or a consequence. So you got constructive criticism, that means you learn from it, it's positive. You got destructive criticism that really pushes you away. And then you got spiritual criticism, which I think is the best, where it's led and guided by your spirit. The spiritual criticism is always healthy. Here's what we got to know about fear and faith. Both faith and fear attracts. Remember that. Faith attracts the positive, fear attracts the negative. Faith attracts the positive, fear attracts the negative. Remember that. So accepting criticism, how does this work? You look at the person, you say okay, you don't argue. You look at the person, you say okay, and you don't argue. Last, disagreeing appropriately. This is important. How do you disagree appropriately? Number one, you look at the person, you use a pleasant voice or an assertive voice. You say, I understand how you feel. You tell why you feel differently. Don't miss that. You say, I understand how you feel, but then you come back and tell how you feel differently in a pleasant voice. You give a reason and you listen to the other person. Lastly, disagreeing appropriately. You look at the person. Wrinkle in time. Okay, my fault. You use a pleasant voice. You say, I understand how you feel. You tell why you feel differently. You give a reason and you listen to the other person. So this is basic skills for youth. Y'all have a great day. Y'all know I feel real good. Show enough. I love myself. I respect myself. I forgive myself. Rosa, I cherish. Rosa Parks did that for me. Myself, I am somebody. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, bounce. Okay, don't bounce. Whoop, there it is. I love y'all. Remember, peace starts with a smile. Smile every morning. Don't put your happiness on layaway. You might not have no money to get it out, and it's going to go back to the clearance rack, and nobody likes clearance rack people. Wake up. Wake up, everybody. Okay, if you want to be somebody. Okay, I'm tripping. Okay, hey, I love y'all. Thank you. Hey, write down 2 things. I gave you 6 cardinal principles, I'm going to call them. Write down 2 things that you learned. And remember, you always have to look at the person. Goodbye.